meditation poem, so you are in for a treat when you listen to it.
Wonderful is a really strange way of saying absolutely fucking horrifying. So, I've spent most of the evening trying to decide which poems I was going to do. I was trying to figure out this morning while I was on the toilet having a poo. It's come down to this. So, I don't know if you heard, this little book right here is one of Acid Bath Publishing, Paul over in the Corner's latest book. It's available for pre-orders. I'm going to read my piece that's in it, and some other random crap that I've chosen because, you know, it's not going to be very romantic. Also did the cover for it, isn't it cute? So, this first one is called A Drowning in the Churchyard. Right after I said I wasn't going to talk about religion, I'm so good at restraint. The journey is brutal. How strong the earth, how strong the feathered moor that we make our path to cross. The heather, gilded and flashing, bows its head to greet us, as though I am not myself, rather a jewel-encrusted pharaoh, announced and welcomed with joy, with reverence, in the dripping honeycomb of the ruined abbey. The black crust that dangles sweet nectar above our heads in the house of God. The priest raged and spat like a wild dog, and the ruins became a thick tapestry of lichens and scented mosses. The priest's vitriol stirred up a heavy shroud of storm far above us, and we wept as we recited Bible verses, or the myth of kind-hearted Prometheus, or the tragedy of the King in Yellow, while we shook the walls of the abbey. The walls rose up around us and filled the air with glistening colours of frankincense and storax. There was a man clutching a journal, standing in the doorway, his tears hot and bulbous. He beckons me to follow him, and I watch him wander out to the cliffside. He's come here, he tells me, to be free. The rain... This is why it's really fucking weird. The rain begins to draw together the sky and the land, and the man opens his arms wide. I see the look of calm on his face, the absence of worry and fear, the absence of all that drives us to be good, virtuous people. He's blissful, as he calls out to the wind, decorating it with honourable names and titles, tearing out pages from his journal, and watching as his writing is carried off with a cold breath and plunged into the heaving wheel of the sea. I feel an urge come upon me. Jump. Now. How strong the ocean. How strong the desire to gaze up at the sunlight as I drift into the black eternity. I allow myself to sink into the sensation that flashes along my vertebrae. To feel and know that if I leapt from the cliffside, nobody would notice. Nobody would ever have to know. The book is empty now. Its pages melted and remade into pale frills, woven into the lace that froths at the tops of the waves. The man is frozen to death where he stands, and his soul, by the means of his passing, is purified. That's not like that.